Okay. All right. This is gonna be a demonstration for beginning to use the Sharpie pens on your still life drawings. Okay. So at this point now, you should be done with the sketch for the still life. And even before you begin start using the Sharpie pens, you want to just kind of like double check your reference in relationship to like your still life drawing. I would feel more confident though if got like all the necessary details for the drawing. But I know some people just kind of like like working directly with the pen and ink at this point here. So just some additional things just to consider with the drawing itself. So I'm actually going to go back to the drawing right here. Okay, so one thing I forgot to mention too is if you wanted to incorporate like some of the cast shadows in your drawing, so like this is like the little shadows that are being casted from the different objects and things. You could definitely still add those things to the drawing. So in terms of like shadows though, I would just kind of just do like these lines. So I'm just kind of going in like the direction of where the paper would go. So if I were to draw the lines with the pen and ink though, this is like what I would do with the the lines that I would create. So you can feel free to add lines for like some underpart shadows of the object. So definitely a little bit of shadow under the skull itself. So it'll be a little bit thicker right there. I see some shadows under the shoe as well. So you could do these like single hatch lines for like these shadows. I'm kind of going like the direction of like how the paper would kind of flow if I were to do some more lines. So think about like the cross contour lines with the paper itself. So that's something you can add that I forgot to mention. Now that I'm looking at it, I actually like these details that I'm creating. So kind of feel free to go back and add that detail if you haven't. I know some of you guys added way more detail than I mentioned before. So just add it if you feel like you need it though. So I think this is actually a nice little detail to add here. Okay, so even like the leaves itself, you want to add some details for like just the general shape of the leaves. If I wanted to go like full cross contour lines, I could just do lines like this for it. Or if I want to do like just partial contour lines, that's fine too. Just like the example I showed you guys in the warm-up last class. I actually like the partial lines better just because it still makes it look like it's an actual object, but we're not going like full-on contour lines, or it kind of makes it look almost like you're looking at like geometry and whatnot. So not really a big fan of that. So you can add those details in there. So I can do this shape right here for the cross contour lines. Okay, but you can add more details to it if you want. I think that kind of helped it out a little bit more. Okay, so you see this trash can right here. So this is looking really flat. So one of the things I will be grading you on though is just making sure your objects appear 3D. So if you feel like you need to add those cross contour lines where you think you might need them, definitely put them in there. As some of these objects, they really do need to look 3D when you, this bottle, I could probably push it a little bit more. So I'm just looking at this dark area right here, making that part dark here, but using the cross contour lines. So add those details though to make the objects appear 3D. So if anything doesn't look like it's 3D, just add those lines. It doesn't hurt it. So like right here, this is kind of flat though. I wouldn't really worry about it too much, but I can add some lines here. I can put some more lines there to make it look more rounder. So don't actually still physically see these lines, but this is just help to make it look a little bit more 3D in the drawing. Okay. So add those details, or Maybe you can add them when you do your pen and ink. Okay, so at this point now though, you can kind of just hide the picture. Don't really need to look at this anymore. Maybe we need to add more minor details. We can add more of it. So, okay, so we're gonna start to do your pen and ink. So let me just do this on a different layer. So I'm at the kind of just mimic like what you guys would do on a piece of paper. So, okay, so you're gonna have a Sharpie pen. So this is a really dark marks that you're gonna be making. So pretty simple though. You're just gonna get in close on your drawing, and then you're just gonna trace the lines. So I'll just do straight lines. Okay, so if you need to kind of go over the lines a few times, that's fine too, just to kind of refine the lines a little bit more. You guys should have better control than me because you guys are drawing on paper, I'm drawing on glass. So, but if you can, though, try to do it as single lines, and we can always kind of readjust the lines, further when we work on it a little bit more. So basically, we're kind of getting rid of like the sketchiness of our drawing. So I typically like to do sketching when I draw things out. So this is just to give more cleaner lines in the drawing. So obviously, this takes a little bit of practice. So, I don't really want to do like another practice with the Sharpie pens because, I'm pretty sure some of you guys have used like the Sharpie pens before. Okay, but just take your time though, with drawing the lines, don't rush it. That's really the best advice that I have for you. Okay, so now don't worry too much about like, making thin or thick lines at this point. I'm going to give you like a much thicker Sharpie pen. I'll probably make like another video on it, but just right now, though, just work with the pen. Take your time. All you're doing is just outlining the drawing that you did. So I'm just outlining it. So I'm actually getting like a better feel. So after you kind of draw for like a while, though, you get a little bit more comfortable with the pen. Just take your time with it. And if you do mess up on it, though, it's not the end of the world. So let's just say like go oops, I messed up there. Just go with it. If you need to make that part a little bit more darker, make this part a little bit more darker here. So I'm gonna do like a thicker line over there. That's like a way to fix little problems. Okay, but the only thing I say though is just don't go like oops right there. Okay, to really take your time. I can undo that problem because of I'm doing this on the iPad, but you guys really can't fix that problem. Okay, but if it's like a little oops like there, we can just kind of shade that in. That's fine. Okay, so you can fix minor problems like if I go oops too much there, just go with it though. So I can use that as like one of my little contour lines as well. Okay, so I want you to trace the entire drawing. So, this is what's going to take most of the class period. So at some point though, I'm going to give you like a big eraser. And then you're going to be able to just erase your line drawing that you did. Okay, so you see like this black shape I have for like the inside of the nose. So don't worry about coloring that in yet. I'm gonna give you like the thicker Sharpie to color it in. We're just outlining everything right now. Okay, so just take your time, outline everything. To the best of your abilities. Add those little details in the drawings if you have details. So these little lines here that I did. I can just add those lines. And I don't have to draw every line though, but, just draw a few of them that, feel like it makes sense. Okay, so at some point though, we will erase the drawing that you guys did, so I'm pretty far along with this, but, we won't really keep like those pencil marks that we had before. So, you know, even incorporate those little details. So you can actually start thinking about like the cross contour lines that you guys are doing. So, and I'm not really even tracing the lines. I'm just thinking about like, oh, how would this look if I just did a few lines, see how it looks. If I need to add more, I can. So I'm actually doing like less lines than what's in there because I feel like I did like way too many lines before. So it's just, you know, you're doing a more cleaner drawing here. Okay, but you kind of get the idea. You'll trace the drawing. At some point, I'm gonna, you know, give you like an eraser here. You know, we're gonna erase like the sketches that we've done before, and then all that should be left is the, you know, the sketch that you guys did. So that's just me doing a small section, but I do want you to outline the entire drawing. All right, you know, just take your time on it. All right. Okay.